Hi, briefing. Hey, hi, yo, man, bro. Yeah.
Hey.
我今天不想看到你，你的头发比我好看。开玩笑，开玩笑。Okay, thank you, thanks for coming. Let's share the things here. Actually, just now somebody was saying that the student was saying that not well, very tired, sick. Just to share with you, actually, last few days was not a very good day for me. One, on Sunday, my father-in-law emergency went to Tan Tock Seng Hospital, intestine bleeding, tumor in the left stomach. Oh my goodness! This few days I went to hospital to see him. As usual, every time I go to the hospital, I would like to quarrel with the people that I cannot take it. And thank God he's much better now. The intestine is no more bleeding, but very frail and very tired and very weak, can't walk. Another thing is, another bad news for me is that my cousin was in New Zealand on Monday or Tuesday when breakfast came home. I saw a message from my uncle from NZ telling me my cousin, she passed away of breast cancer. So she has been battling for cancer for 7-8 years and relapsed and worked very hard. The irony is that, what the cousin 的女儿就是我的 niece she's a doctor. 她是医生. And then the son-in-law also, I think, is a doctor. So, Richie, then my mom was saying, how come the own daughter cannot save the mother? So sometimes I tell you, health is very important. So there was this TikTok recently or survey or saying, is health, do you want health or do you want wealth? This will be like always the case asking this kind of question, health or wealth. The same thing, war and cloning. Which one do you think is the most impact? And guess what? Some of them, like last week, right? You saw Warren do the presentations, right? IP students, so those are 3 minutes. And you guys will be 2 minutes presentation. TNU later will be coming in. Okay, we'll be doing a presentation also by Zoom or recording to the teachers. You realize nowadays your generation is a lot of presentation and talking. Very important, right? And I say it's no point, Richie. It's no point you score A1 in writing. You write very well, or your comprehension, your essay write very well. But when it comes to presentation, you cannot do well. In the real world, you can ask your daddy. Correct, Richie? Richie, are you there? Are you Richie, right? Scary, because you don't answer me, I'm very scared. You know my good friend Arman, your NCC teacher, right? He can talk very well, right? He's very fearful also, right? Do you fearful? Do you think he's very strict? No. But anyway, I'm going to see you soon. On the 13th, you all got this camp, this fiesta, right? Correct or not? Next month, right? Yeah. Come and look for me if you can find me. Okay, I will be there. Anyway, Jiaxing, can you turn on the camera as well as Mian Mian? All right, Ke Ying and Jiaxing, I hope you guys can complete this. Hopefully, I bet you, seriously. Okay, you see, all of them are completed already. So, Jiaxing, I really want to see yours coming in for your war and clothing. Okay, just a quick one. Where is your name? Because I want, Ke Ying, you just miss out the physics impact and the summary, Ke Ying. So, hopefully, later you can type and send to Uncle Raymond. And of course, I really want to keep this and I want to share to the next year students what you have done. Not easy to make you all to write this during the lesson. I'm very proud of it. Where is Jiaxing? Give me a minute. Thank you, Richie, for this one. Oh, where is my Jiaxing? Give me a minute. Jiaxing, you only left this one, Jiaxing. So hopefully you can complete the last two part for me. Please. 美中不足 You know what I mean? Okay. So if you can, give it to go my class booth, submit, scoop. Okay. Scoop, you mean the ice cream? Serious? Hey, because this scoop is another company, right? Is it another company? No, because I remember this scoop it's an ice cream, but he always come to the other bazaar sales about ice cream. Okay. Free ice cream. Then I come. Must pay, I don't want to come. Hey, that's a smile. Good. Thanks. Oh, 2 people waiting for me already. Ayo, Warren. And who else is waiting for me? Can you? Oh my goodness. Okay. I didn't see that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Who is not in? Oh, Zachary is not in. Okay. Oh, Jiaxing, so please help me to complete. The rest of you, well done. Honestly, may I let you know that all of you, whatever you written here is awesome. I did not change any grammatical anything. Hi, Warren. Please, if you can go into the lesson plan with your fellow leaders, your classmates' homework here, okay, and give your ideas. I only pick a few later if I have time. If not, please, because this will give you some ideas for your future presentation, your essay. So a quick one, Koran, have you done your presentation already last week, that one? How was it? I can't hear you, sorry.
This week. This Wednesday.
Done that already lah. Done that lah. Okay, so result when come up? Next week.
I'm not sure.
Okay, never mind. Can you what about your presentation? Have you done already? Can you? I can't hear you. Can you? Hello, can you?
What?
Have you done your presentation?
For what?
Yesterday, right? You're discussing about your presentation for the influencer that questions.
Oh no, haven't. Writing.
Oh, you want to present to the class later?
Okay. Later. Like towards the end or something.
Yeah, sure. So this will be later you all has to discuss this topic here. Xiaoling, you're back already, right? So good. Okay. So later we'll spend more time there. Okay, let's talk about this. Last week we stopped, I think here, right? Oh, this is a summary. Nobody done this there. The other groups are already done this. So I hope you all can submit this. Because next month the lesson, the topic will be different. The next month topic is the most important in your entire life. Success and failure. Yeah. Ke-yin, Yi-ting, Qiaoling, and Rui-Qi. Success and failures. Okay. And next month will be very interesting. We're going to play some game. Oh yeah. Okay. Good. Success and failures. Yeah. 所谓你听过这句话，雅叶来，我们来考你的成语。他们讲说失败是什么？
成功之母。
错了，失败是成功的妈妈。失败是成功的妈咪，在信的吗？失败是成功之母是几千年的那个孔子讲的还是孟子？现在是21世纪的21st century嘛？所以失败是成功的妈咪，more 亲切感。Yes, failure is the mother of success and things. Next month we'll talk about this. Very interesting. Okay, Ken, let's go. 浩轩，哇，难得你 turn on the camera 嘞，大哥 ，Can you read to the class? Thank you very much.
Where?
Right in front, war is a terrible evil.
War is a terrible evil. It refers to an armed battle between nations. War causes big sufferings to the family members of the people who die during the war. During wars, there's massive destruction of property, wealth, trade, industry, etc. It completely upsets the social life of people. Many people argue that war is a necessary evil and the only process of solving international disputes. But in reality, war happens only because people are not ready to settle disputes in a peaceful manner. Peace means complete freedom from disturbance. It refers to those times when there is no war or fight among nations. Once the world starts believing that wars are unnecessary and decide to abolish war completely, they will certainly find a way for peaceful coexistence. Human beings' love for peace is universal. Human being is by nature peaceful. War does not furnish a proof of the idea that human is a fighting animal. Even the acts of war did not spoil in the least human spontaneous love for peace. Modern people are threatened by the dreadful inventions of science, but this actual threat is coming not from science but from war, in which the power of science is abused. It is one thing to keep a nation strong and vigorous and save it. Vigorous and save it. It is another thing to infuse a wanton spirit or aggression in and destruction into it. Summarized in
Yeah, summarized in 18 wanton. Yeah. So just to check for the IP student, Ziye, your summary is how many words? Usually for comprehension. Ziye. You do have summary, right? Ziye.
Yeah,
几个字呢? Sorry?
80.
Also 80
Yeah. We're not sure
Okay.
about other schools because for us it's just 80.
After your summary of 80 words, do you still need to do a reflections on that?
Yeah.
Another summary of another 80 words, right? Or how many? 120.
Like reader response questions. So
Yes, correct. How many?
what do you mean?
Is there a limited words or number of words, or just as many words? I remember there's a cap of numbers of words, right?
I think it's as many, but then if the question says sometimes the question will say how many paragraphs you should write.
This one actually preparing for your A level, you know how to get. Okay, thank you. Quorum also the same, right? Thank you to you. Quorum also the same, right? Summary 80 words, then got a cap of reflections, right? Reader response, right? 对吗? Quorum. Don't have. And what is yours? Maybe share.
I think we change, but we're not sure.
Huh?
Yeah,
You
I think
said they change again.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct me if you told me that you got summary, then got this self-reflection, something like that, right? Now they change again.
Yeah, but like that was last year. This year changed.
Okay, so that means they are preparing you for A level again, for much more details. So guys, this is 80 words. And later on, when you go for A level, it's even more. So I hope you guys can do this summary. And in fact, there are some classes already done the summary. Some even give me 90 words and 100 words. So if you ask me again, same, okay, guys. Okay, Rei-Qi, know my style. I don't force my student to do homework one. Okay, the more you write, the better you are. So it's like a war within yourself. Agree, Rei-Qi? Right? Yeah, you agree? Ke-Ying, you agree? Where's Ke-Ying? Yi-Ting, you agree, right? Qiao-Ling, you agree, right? It's war within yourself. Why? Because your internal war, you know the greatest enemy, do you know who is that, Rei-Qi? The greatest enemy, do you know who is that? Who is your greatest enemy? I rephrase my question.
I have no enemies.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Now, Rei-Qi, who is your greatest enemy? Can you hear me, Rei-Qi? You still have to think, Huh? Suddenly you change your man's voice. Suddenly you change your man's voice. Who is your greatest enemy?
Myself.
Myself. Well done. You know that, So I think Yaya, you also agree, like, 最大的敌人不是其他的敌人，最大的敌人是你的心理障碍。Seriously, you don't agree? Okay, then can you tell the class now? You realize that all of you turn on the camera except her. She's always like that. I don't understand why. She's so paranoid and so I don't know what happened to say to her. Okay, because Hanling is now in the restaurant, so not convenience to turn on. Yeah, you have been eating. You should eat earlier, just now. So why do you disagree? No reply. Okay, never mind. So I hope you all can do this summary. Okay. Well, I think the greatest enemy is within yourself, because sometimes you know that this is not easy things. Because you have to make decisions. You have to be sometimes procrastinate, inertia of what you're going to do. You may not feel good about it, but I'm not sure. Jia-Xing, do you agree now what Uncle Raymond say? The biggest enemy is within yourself, the war to fight your internal. Jia-Xing, back to you. Are you able to answer me, Jia-Xing?
The biggest enemy may not necessarily be yourself, maybe like others' expectation of who you are that you internalize. Because like if someone says you should be like get like all full marks, you might give yourself unnecessary stress, and that's not yourself. That's someone else's expectations that you internalized.
Fair enough. Well said. So how then can you get rid of this internal war or external war? Like somebody tell you, okay, you must get full marks, and they say, hey, hello, Don't pressure me. Why are you telling? So how are you going to do it?
I have no expectations at all. You can't lose if you can't win in the first place.
Oh, sorry. Did I hear you say no expectation at all? Is it?
Yeah, you can't win if you can't lose.
So if you have no expectation, you don't set a plan, then how are you going to fulfill your your dream or your results or your good words?
Part of not having expectations is just not have dreams on.
So you do according to your liking, am I right to say? Huh? Yes,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I will quite agree with you at a certain point. I think if you fail to plan, plan to fail. So it's true that.
Yeah, but if you plan to fail, then you fail to plan to fail, then you won't fail.
So what are you supposed to do if that's the case? How are you? Let's say, wait, I'm sorry. Let's say how you advise your nephew next time or your niece when they
Just plan to
encounter.
fail, then don't plan at all.
But that's not good, right? If you don't plan, then how? How are you going to proceed further?
Just use your vibes. You got conscience. Follow your conscience.
But not everyone do that. A strong values which will become a compass. Yeah, like last month we talked about compass. I telling yes, the directions in your life. I totally agree with both of you. But one thing for sure, okay, no matter how I to a certain point, I think we need to plan. Okay, if you don't plan in life, I mean, it's like a aimless person who don't know what to do. I believe Jia Xing and the rest of you will do planning, but it's like not very concrete plan at this point in time. Next month, we will talk about more of this, okay? Thank you. Let's move on. The team that created Dolly the sheep captured the headlines, but several groups now have patents on cloning. Okay, and consider how these tangled proprietary claims will affect the futures of technology. Now, we talk so much about war is no good, cloning is no good. But now people are more into cloning, more into accepting it, why we should do it, why we should have cloning, and part of it, the cloning will help. Like, you read through later, you understand why. For me, I would just to share with you, cloning is so important because you need to ensure that there is a continuity of the species or human race. As you know, nowadays, right, I don't know about y'all, I'm not sure you agree with me, that not many people now like to give birth to a lot of children and find that children is a chore, headache, wow, it's like so troublesome, children is so unnecessary and things like that. So this will affect in future generations. Agree not? Yiting, you agree? Ke-ying, you agree not? Yaye, you agree 吗？你看现在是你们照顾 uncle 跟 auntie， 我们这是个年代。By the time 雅叶 auntie， 你的下一代可能越来越少了。And now 雅叶 and 乔玲 and 瑞琪 maybe the robots will take care of you. Japan is doing that now, you see, right? In the aging population. Then you have to ask now, why am I talking about this topic? Because it's going to be if you are going for A-level, you would know that these are part of the topic, and you are in Sec3, in the social study. Okay, so may I start with yeah, can you read to the first paragraph, please? Thank you.
The film that created Dawn of the Sheep,
this one.
To the uninitiated, it seemed like an arcane scientific argument. In September 1998, some 18 months after Donnie the clone ship was unveiled to the world, her creators issued a challenge. They disputed one of the conclusions drawn by a group claiming to have repeated the fate of cloning animals, this time in cattle.
Wow. Can you imagine now cattle? Last time was sheep, and now it's cattle. So you can see that this scientific research is so secretive and mysterious. So I won't be surprised as we are talking now, there are other parts of the world are doing this kind of cloning maybe to see, okay, I think I told you before, cloning is good. It's only that when you can kill the cancerous cells and prevent cancerous. So in my life, until I live until today, my grandmother passed away because of cancer. Good friends also passed away of cancer. Now recently, my cousin also passed away of cancer. Life is so miserable because of cancer. Sometimes if we can break through, we use like cloning a cell to kill the cancerous cell. Wouldn't it be good? I don't know. Maybe 天意, we may not find it. You know, right? Yeah. Many years ago, tuberculosis, TB, 肺炎, and then smallpox, chickenpox. It's like non-curable. But now you see, it's different. They have technology breakthrough. Hey, thanks. I just read telling it's become a compass of you. Very true. You need a direction. Okay, so may I, Yaya, can you continue, please? Ian, I-A-N is pronounced as Ian Wilmot.
Ian Wilmot of the Roslin Institute near Edinburgh, and Keith Campbell, then with a Roslin spin-off company, PBL Therapeutics, did not question that center claim. But in a letter to Science, they took issue with the rivals' assertion that the donor cells used to clone the calves had been actively dividing. The cow cloners from the University of Massachusetts.
Did we go through this word, Ruiqi? Last week, no, right? This is the first time you see this word. Is it the first time? Okay. First time, Qiao Ling, Yiting, is this the first time you see this word? Okay, never mind. Okay, come. In Amherst and Advanced Cell Technology.
In Amherst and Advanced Cell Technology, ACT, a company in nearby Worcester, defended in that interpretation.
This is a very famous university. Okay, I want each and everyone to make their pronunciations as best as you can. I will call each and everyone. Please do not escape. I don't care what you're eating or what. Okay, let's do it. Okay, Yiting, can you pronounce this word? The one highlighted in yellow, please. Unmute and please do your best. Don't worry. But yeah, well done. You go for it. Please do not say I don't know. 你知道我的 classmate I don't know 的. Come, Yiting. Hello, my dear. Hurry up.
Massachusetts.
Thank you. I didn't say it's correct or wrong. Hold on. Ruiqi.
Massachusetts.
Okay, thank you. It's okay. Ziyue, how you pronounce?
Massachusetts.
Thank you. Qiao Ling.
Massachusetts.
Thank you. Hao Xuan, look until the mouth also open. How you pronounce this word? Do it. Come on, bro. Come on, do it. You heard some of your nice leaders pronounce it. Come.
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Okay.
Yes.
Jiaxing.
Wait, Massachusetts.
Mississippi.
Hello, I kill you. Mississippi, and this one is quite a distance away. You don't purposely come. Hello.
Massachusetts.
Thank you, Warren.
Massachusetts.
Thank you. All right. Can you? Then yesterday you pronounced this one, Got
No, I don't even think I saw the word. I'll pronounce that.
come.
Massachusetts.
Thank you.
Massachusetts.
Okay. Haling, are you able to pronounce? If no, just put a thumbs down. In 3, 2, 1. Haling cannot. Okay. Ke
Yeah, it takes me time to unlock my phone. Massachusetts.
Wow. Okay. Ke Ke Huh? Sorry, I didn't hear what your pronunciation. Hello, my dear. Hurry up.
Massachusetts.
Thank you. Mian Mian, how you pronounce this word?
Well,
Huh?
I think Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. Ready? It's Massachusetts. Correct. You know, one of the students, please don't drink water. You will laugh, please. I got one student pronounce this Massachusetts. Massachusetts. Achoo, no achoo. Massachusetts. Massachusetts, the University of Massachusetts. Uncle, correct what? You asked me to break the syllable, right? I break for you already. M-A-S-S, is it mass? Is R. Massachusetts. Yeah. Can you imagine this guy who go to USA and go, I'm going to University of Massachusetts. Most of you all pronounce very close, Massachusetts. And there's this song, Weiji, sang by Bee Gees. You can ask your daddies. It's a very nice song. And this, if you go and listen to what's the title of this song by Bee Gees who sang this song? Okay, it's a Massachusetts. Yes, Massachusetts. Okay, no, I'm not. That's how one of my students pronounce. We learn now. Okay, we learn. Thank you so much. Not Pikachu lah, please lah. Ayo. Okay. Yiting, your turn, please.
This was no ordinary scientific step. The Roslin Researchers Challenge is central to the relative value of the patents that they and their rivals have subsequently been awarded, and with others claiming rights to further pieces of intellectual property in cloning, the battle lines are being drawn. Already, one cloning patent infringement suit has come to court, and with more groups muscling in with their own claims, it seems unlikely to be the last. It's a very tangled web, says Stephen Spees, formerly with the Massachusetts team and now at the University of Georgia in Athens. The technique used to make Dolly is called nuclear transfer cloning. The idea is to take an egg cell, strip out its chromosomes, and then fuse it with another cell, which donates its nucleus to the egg. If the egg is then activated so that it starts dividing, it can develop into an animal that is a clone of the individual from which the donor cell was taken.
Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you. You realize some of you will be doing bio next time in your A-level, in your university research or medicine, medical reports or biomedical report, whatever. You guys are going to write something like that. Okay, I'm going to mute my handphones first. You're going to write something like that in this kind of English, in this kind of sentences, in this kind of very plain English that you allow your readers or a layman like you and me understand. Of course, when you go higher, you will know the techniques of writings. Okay, thank you so much. May I have Ke-Ying, can you read this, scientist?
Scientists interested in animal production had been experimenting with nuclear transfer for many years, but they had only succeeded using undifferentiated donor cells from very young embryos. The consensus emerged that in mammals, it was impossible to produce clones from differentiated cells specialized for particular function.
So when you are doing bio, I'm not sure some of you are in the bio class, you will know, right? So this will tell you why you see cloning is so special or war is so special. When you do cloning, they tell you the differentiated cell and how these animals can reproduce by using cloning or cannot or be failed due to what reason. So you see, you realize that when you go older, whether you study law, medicine, architects, engineers, in the varsity means 大学, you will see all these kind of report. And then when you go for your further study for your master, you will have to write all these things. So this morning, just to share with you, I was helping my boss setting up this bazaar sale. So this 老板, I was telling him I'm an ex-teacher and telling him, 他问我 Raymond 到底孩子读大学是为了做什么? So what is the purpose of having when you graduated and study university? What is the purpose? You say our time in the 80s, my 80s will be 80s, 90s, where it's around 20, 30 years. Yeah, 当然是去找工作了，废话，当然坐在那边做大份工做如来佛祖了，当然是找工作了，还没有讲完 ，OK？ So he said in the 1890s, when you have大学文凭, you got university cert, it's wow, big deal. But now you realize when you come this, agree on Yaya and Rui Qi, like now A level, you know my time, if you go A level, it's like big deal, no? During those people were born in the 1960s, like my time, if you can study A level and higher, it's big deal. And those born in the 50s, you can study O level and A level, even big deal. And those born in 40, you can study even PSLE or O level, even big deal. But now even grad also can set for cert. So what is so big deal of having a degree now? Of course, Mian say 去找工作咯，当然是找工作啦。But is it 寥寥无几？ I mean not 寥寥无几，比比皆是，对吗？ Yeah, yeah. Right. Everywhere now is mostly right. True or not? So what's so different? He asked me, say, yeah, I mean, degree is important. No, Raymond, you know what he said to me? EQ is more important. He's a businessman, right? He has been doing business and see all kinds of people. Yeah, it's EQ. Seriously, I'm so sorry. Okay, some of you have very good EQ here. Some of you have not say no EQ. Some of them you have EQ, but you don't want to share out your EQ. That's very important. Seriously, EQ. Rui, that's the reason why your school are setting up all these stores. You see, you are setting out, you see, you so what, you got degree. You see that, yeah, I got master degree, I got 7A1. Hello, excuse me, so big deal. Can you use your this? Now you're on a presentation skill, 对不对? I see the way he designed his selling plans. He's, I think VITB, Rui Qi and Qiao Ling is now we call ITE. I got so many cert, but he's earning more than me. I think 我要去卖花了，我要做花心啊，春去春回来，哦，那钱赚比我多，还有一个地plot the land， 哎呀，我赚了一辈子都没有 plot land， but it's a 血汗钱。So you see, it's not say degree, no. I will still insist. I told him we have a good debate. I still insist degree is still more important. He said, yes, I agree, Raymond. But in life, I think degree armed with EQ is more important. You agree not, Yiting? You agree not, Qiao Ling? You agree not, Rui Qi? You agree not, Yaya? You agree not, Guoren? You agree not, Ke, right? Because your school, everyone can score A1. You agree not, Yaya? I give you a maths paper. Most of you, if you see the questions, you can score 100. True not? Maths 可以吗? But if I give you a questions, why do you think we need to help others? There is no hard and fast rule, 对吗？ Yeah, 对不对？ Like math 就是2 times 2就是4嘛，乔林对不对？ 4 times 4就是16嘛。每个人可以拿 A1 在 math 的 but in language, why must we help the poor country? Everyone got different answer, right? True not? Yeah. But with the answer that can motivate you, and make the readers or the interviewer to drop tears, you are number one already. 对吗， Rui? That's the difference. Because that day I was talking to my friend who went to Cambodia, Rui. Got this 10-year-old girl, okay? He was forced to get out of the house because the father and mother married, divorced. Then the father remarried another mother. So stepmother, every time the father go out to work, the poor 10-year-old girl have to throw out of the house for 10 hours roaming around Cambodia street. After 6+, the father come back. Then she's able to come back to the house. So very dangerous. Qiao Ling and Yiting and Guoren. We are talking at Ziye. Ziye, I can't see your face. Okay, you're still eating, 绵绵，你的饭吃得很久嘞，从7点半吃到现在哦。So you see, you realize that she was putting 10 years old. Then my friend was asking because he went there to set up do volunteer. So what happened to this poor girl? Why she see outside? Then the pastor told him that this is the situation. I can tell you, Rui Qi, you agree now? When this girl go older, she will begin to hate her stepmother. Agree? Confirm one. But you know what my friend said? What happened? She turned to forgive her stepmother. Whoa. Yeah. There is war within herself already, right? He carried of the war, 对吗？那个心理障碍的。Ladies and gentlemen, you can forgive the person, but you will never forget what that person done to you. Agree? Yeah,对吗? So I was the first thing I thought, wow, sure lah, next time if she grow up, she will definitely hate her mother. My friend told me that what if she turned out that she stepmother was like that, but she forgave her stepmother and continued to take care of her when she's aging. Wow, I tell you, I told him that was the biggest thing. 他把那个心理障碍已经克服掉了。War within yourself. So this is something I want to share with you. With this example, I think and this is a true story, ladies and gentlemen, a very true story. Because in Cambodia, that day I not show you the pictures. In Cambodia, got this 6-month-old baby was sleeping halfway, boom, he dropped into the ponding. Because their houses got a lot of water. The poor 6-month-old baby was drowned. The next morning, the mom woke up, saw the baby drowned inside. You know how bad the condition is. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you think 读书很辛苦他们连饭都没有吃辛苦 my policy to all of you okay, this war inside, every time your parents say, hey, Rei-Chi is very lazy lah. Rei-Chi, you're not lazy. Okay, if next time your mother say you're very lazy, please tell your parents, Uncle Raymond say, I'm not lazy. I'm just not motivated. When you are lazy, means 就是守株待兔。听过这个成语吗？对吗？就是那个瓜就是坐在那边，I wait for the rabbit to hit the tree, then we got 肉那个 rabbit 的肉吃了你喂海底捞在那边慢慢捞咯。你们不是 lazy ladies and gentlemen, you are not motivated enough, you are not hungry enough, you are not disciplined enough. Agree? Hey, I'm one of them, seriously, I have to admit. But always I look at it, I say, hey, thank God. You see, this few days I went to Tan Tock Seng Hospital. I look at the old people there, I say, oh my goodness, Rei-Chi, now it's my father-in-law in the hospital. Next 20 years, maybe I'll be in the hospital then. I'm telling you, we are taking turn. Seriously, we are taking turn. If you don't take care of your health, we are taking turn. I'm very serious. I bless your parents in good health, 长命百岁. But one day we are going there, that path. So 我们要死而无憾. So do the thing. So my advice to all of you, my policy to you, just shut up and do a good job. Agree or not, Rei-Chi? When your baby you're crying, your mom also just shut up and wake up in the middle of the night and feed you. Correct or not? You know, say, Rei-Chi, 你自己喝牛奶，自己泡牛奶。那你爸爸睡一半，Rei-Chi 你小便自己换 pamper 啦。Daddy 没有空，没有嘞。Can you imagine you bird 你吐你不你小便什么Your parents just shut up and feed you all the way until today. This is the war itself, not motivated. Nothing to do with war and cloning really. So the speech itself is so powerful. I'm so sorry. Some of you still are not there. You have to break through. 你不要为了那个 language barrier 你就不敢讲话，错了。Recently, my Set4 student, private candidates, she was so nervous. I saw Chloe. 你用你的华文去想，然后再 translate to English 去跟我讲。I got one Thai student also cannot speak English well. I say you use Thai. 三多谈多談啲台，其他買出台，好可能買台，สวัสดีครับ看พูดครับพูดนะครับ I don't know what I'm talking about, but it sounds like Thailand, Thai language, right? So he talk, then he translate, and now he became like that. Wait, Uncle Raymond, let me collect inside. I'm motivating my brain now. I got an internal war now. I can't convert this English. Let me convert in Thai. Then slowly I tune it and give it English. You can see a lot of people. I went there, the Tan Tock Seng 不是那个 auntie 断脚，就是那个 uncle 整个身体都是有丢。Why you want to make our parents to be so sad? Seriously, every time you tell them just shut up lah, don't this hate this yeah, war against your parents and worth it, man. Just because of one handphone, you worth it The 10 over years your parents feed you like shit, no complaint. Just because of one handphone, hey. 把电话放下来吃饭了 You give that kind of look to your parents. 真的是不对你会这样做，你对你的父母亲，以后你孩子也会对你这样，这叫做报应karma Okay, why I'm related to this you see the next one I'm talking. You see Rei-Chi, every time I talk I will relate story one. That's the purpose. No, seriously. My job is to motivate you to make sure he learns. Rei-Chi, your turn to read, please. Dolly?
Dolly, cloned from a cell derived from an adult eel, conclusively overturned that dogma. But in truth, the real breakthrough had come in March 1996, when the Roslyn team described two lambs, Megan and Mora, cloned from cells that came from fetuses, but were nonetheless differentiated. The Roslyn researchers thought the key to such cloning was sending the donor cells into quiescent states known as G0. Cells that are proliferating go repeatedly through the series of phases in the cell cycle, growing, copying their DNA, and dividing. But many cells cease dividing and sit in the G0 state. In laboratory cultures, cells can be forced into the G0 state by depriving them of the nutrient-rich serum. And that is where Campbell, the Roslyn team cell biologist, did. In August 1995, the Roslyn researchers filed patents claiming rights to cloning from differentiated quiescent cells.
Quiescent cells. So you see, you realize already, whatever you read just now, you're thinking, these poor scientists who are making Dory, you went through a lot of ups and downs, you went through a lot of shit, you went through a lot of trial and error, you went through a lot of things that people against it, and like Christian values cannot do this, or religion value cannot do this. It's the same. It's the same one day, Rachel. You want to get married. Your first thing your father will say, who is that boy? Who is that son, in-law to be future? True not? 听过这句话吗？雅叶，男人最怕入错行，女人什么？雅叶
没听过。
我赢你了，耶！谁可以接下来？男人最怕入错行，女人最怕嫁错郎啊，郎君啊，对吗？听过来啊，学到一个啊，对吗？男人最怕入错那个 which occupation right? Guys afraid to go which occupation? I want to be a terrorist. I want to bomb Singapore. 你笑，女人就是最怕嫁错给 wrong husband， true not？对吗？我最讨厌，我最恨就是男人打女人。Last time when I was in school, always my student come, my father beat my mother. I tell you, when he come to meet the parents, the father come and see me, the one who say, I'll tell my co-form, hey, you talk to the SO. Sorry. I would just say, you talk to the SO. You know, why you scold? Then I'll tell him the story. I'm sorry, I will never respect a guy who lay a hand and beat a woman. Sorry, I'm very blunt when I talk like that, seriously. I don't give face one, okay? So, you realize it's true 这句话讲得很有道理哦，雅叶。很有意思，男人最怕入错行，女人最怕嫁错郎。True 吗？ You also want a husband to dog you and love you, true not? Right, 雅叶，你希望你的女儿以后也是嫁给一个好老公，不是好职业。职业是 one thing， 因为女儿、老婆是拿来疼的，不是拿来打的。Though this is called the war, a family war already， 对吗？乔玲对不对？乔玲 ，right， 对吗？职业 agree 了，说quiet了，对我。Okay, now your turn, 乔玲。Are you okay to read, 乔玲? Thanks, Richie.
At face value, the Massachusetts researchers were way off the pace. In May 1998, they published a paper that repeated the Megan and Morak achievements with cows.
Accomplishment
with cows. But in the context of intellectual property, it was significant. The researchers, led by Stice and his colleague James
Rob, yeah, just took their donor.
Took their donor fetal cells from an actively dividing culture, missing out the serum starvation step. They described these cells as non-quintessential and argued that they were in a phase called G1, in which cells grow and prepare to copy their DNA. More than a year before, in January 1997, they had applied for a
Patent.
patent. It covered cloning from
Proliferating. Okay, 来，慢慢来。You know the profile, right?
proliferating.
Correct. Differentiated.
Differentiated non-human cells. That is, cells in any phase except G0.
Okay, so you realize this is you're talking about why people need to patent, why people want to copy, because it's like war against this kind of patent rights, copyrights. But you know that just now we're talking about a person who, like a girl who married to a wrong husband, that's the, her future would be very, very bad. Especially Warren and Ziyue and Ke-Ying and all of you listening. Do you agree that our Asian cultures 每次都是重男轻女到目前为止就now, I think most of them are like that. Hopefully they'll start to change. And it's called culture. That war against sexist. A war against some people that's not right. So this is like, see, you realize you see, we are slowly and surely and definitely we start to balloon it. Wow. First, war against poverty. These Cambodian kids are war against poverty. Okay, war against these sexist. War against people who, 哎呀，女人读这么多书怎么没有用的，都是泼出去的水。Whoever say this 没有头脑的，没有头脑的。在中国历史，全部都是的妈咪全部带大，全部有名的人，对吗？姚烨，好像我的 cousin 岳飞你看是不是对不对是不是？还有我的 cousin 孔子，还有 cousin 孟子，你see true or not? Yeah, my cousin, you got problem, you got problem with me, 绵绵。所以你不觉得以前古代的人全部I'm one of them 了呀耶。自从我父亲85岁，我妈妈一手带我带大我。Seriously， 不是我奶奶，我2个奶奶跟外婆跟奶奶跟我妈妈3个女人哇，真的是靠女人吃饭。我真的靠女人吃饭，没有错啊，瑞奇，我真的是靠女人吃饭吗？现在我也是靠老婆吃饭。真的，瑞奇 ，There was a time when I was being retrenched, I was out of job, I was war against looking for, I was so desperate and my wife is the one who support me a lot. 饮水思源，虽然她现在长得比较胖一点，很 Q 好像那个康跟凯凯这样 QQ 胖 QQ。that's something good. That means 我养了她白胖，对吗？对不对，雅叶 ？So anyway， 她不在，她去冲凉了，所以我可以这样讲。Okay, so thank you, Chao Ling. May I have Ziyue, your turn, please.
As cloning has a range of possible commercial applications, see making cloning pay opposite, the Rosen team had to respond. The group argued that the Massachusetts researchers could not prove that the individual cells from which they had cloned their cows were not in G0, even though the cells were in a dividing culture, a view that Wilmer still holds. To my knowledge, there is nothing yet published that clarifies the situation, he said, when questioned by Nature on the issue after a lecture in London last month.
Same thing, like I just come and think of it, all of you. I don't know, I give you this example before. If you have 4 sons, did I say this before? Ziyue. I think in your class I did mention, right? If you have 4 sons, okay, Yaye, you have your own son, 你自己的孩子, okay? Right? And then you have a stepson, you have an adopted son, and then you have a godson. 你懂什么是 godson 干儿子Okay, who will you love more? Weiqi, who will you love more? If you got 4 sons, who will you love? Of course, your biological son, right? I know you know the difference, Weiqi, the way you look at me, you say, 我怎么知道？我还没有做妈妈，我才15岁，你跟我讲4个儿子。Now you understand, Weiqi. I always like to bring in real example in real life, social study. You know why? Diversity. Like Singaporeans, PR, foreigners, and illegal immigrants or refugees. Now you get it? Now you understand 那个中国 for example 我们讲中国有自己的人民，还有 people want to migrate to China or 难民 people 从越南打仗可能跑去中国，还是 illegal immigrants 偷渡的，就像好像那个 North Korea 跑去中国这样，所以的待遇是不一样的。Now you understand? Of course, the biological son is the most important because 是你亲生生的。可是 that doesn't mean the biological son 不会有一天背叛你。Just like in China, right? 你懂 World War II 土生土长的中国人都会出卖中国人做走狗。Agree? Right? So this is something, the war against what? Why? Greed. 贪啊，那个字贪。Okay, thank you. May I have Warren, please?
Any cell will do. It is difficult to determine precisely where in the cell cycle an individual cell is, but now that many groups have experimented with cloning from proliferating cell cultures, it is hard to find anyone who thinks that putting donor cells into G0 is a key. It is probably going to be shown that quiescence is not an essential factor, says the Vorsalter of the Max Planck Institute for Immunobiology in Freiburg, Germany. Even Campbell, now at the University of Nottingham, acknowledges the consensus. I've always been careful to say that G0 may be beneficial, he says. It doesn't mean that other stages might not work.
Thank you. Exactly, I'm talking about the fourth son. Okay, when I'm talking for the last 25 minutes, there are 3 student leaders who were just accidentally muted their camera, except Hanling, I agree. I know the person who came in late also accidentally muted. Very smart. Okay, thought like, I don't know. I know. Okay, even though I got 3 screens. So you see, I realize, Warren, just like 4 children. Now, like I give you an example now. Who will you love more? Your son, stepson, adopted son, 还是你的干儿子? Warren, stop your gengshing. Come, look at me.
What's the question again?
Know.
Yes, Warren.
I don't know because I don't want a son.
Okay. Okay. Your daughter, your adopted daughter, your goddaughter, and your stepdaughter.
Isn't that the same thing?
不一样，一个男的，一个女的，不 same thing 嘞。哇，你不要这样嘞！我知道你要一视同仁 ，but different things. Okay, just guess, just make your answer.
I will make. I don't know.
Exactly right. Very dilemma,
I think I will love them equally. Yeah.
For your character and your attitude and behavior, you will 对那4个宝贝都是一视同仁。Exactly.
Yeah, I will treat them equally.
Yes. If not, you won't adopt the godson or no, you won't adopt a son, adopt a child. Sorry, what I'm talking about, or even your stepson, or even your 干儿子, right? And the things are, the one that is a biological son, you agree on 瑞奇、雅叶、子叶、乔林、易婷 and 可英. Why I target the mommy? Very simple. 你那个亲生儿子到底他会怎么样看待那3个兄弟？对不对？ It's just like when you clone the cell, you say any cell will do. Will it make a difference when you are cloning 4 same dolly the sheep? Is there any difference? Is that the blood different, the blood group or the cell or what, their eyes or things like that? Exactly. How are we going to treat your 4th son? Yes, it might be impartial. Honestly, I would definitely take care of my biological daughter more. As I went through the pregnancy and pain to give birth, yes, I totally agree. However, I will not neglect the others. I will treat them as my own daughters and I make the decision to take care. Exactly. This is what I was about to say. The decision they made in this paragraph when Warren is reading. 明白吗, Richie? Then you were thinking, after your lesson, Richie will think, Uncle Raymond 笑了. The cloning 跟4个孩子有关什么屁事? Totally 两回事. No. 东西可以看的，你懂我意思吗？一把刀是可以杀人，一把刀可以做饭，对吗？可以做食物，一把刀可以 protect 你。It's how you see yourself， 各花入各眼，对不对？ I totally agree, Charlie. You see, you realize now from that example, you can convert your own testimonial, you can convert your own presentation. This is what I want to see from all of you. You don't just listen. You're not a sponge. A sponge absorb also must let go. And then must use a sponge and clean the other dirty stuff. That is a good sponge. Meanwhile, may I have Zachary, are you able to read, my dear?
Yeah, I'm able to read, but my camera isn't like turning on. I sent you the picture on WhatsApp already. It's like it's not turning on.
Zachary, I never trust you what you say to me. I would definitely trust you every single word that you tell me. So no need to send any picture. Okay? I trust you. Okay, you have been not with me for just few months. Okay, you have integrity. Okay, that's why I trust you. Now, Zach, can you read the class to the class?
Meanwhile, the disagreement has shaped up into a tussle between ACT and a rival company, Juron of Menlo Park in California. The U.S. patent granted to the University of
Must. You see, I told you right. Must. Massachusetts. Hi, Ling, walk slowly. Hi, Ling, walk slowly. Walk slowly. Walk slowly. No need to be so fast. After you fall down, I told you your eyes look at the camera. 不要看那边有女孩子，你就看那边，看那边有另外一个漂亮的。
哪里有女孩子？哪里？
Okay, carry on, Zach. So sorry.
Oh, yeah, we can just do this.
Oh my God. Okay.
In August 1999, is exclusively licensed to ACT. Juron won extensive right to the British patents that were eventually awarded to Roslin in January this year by acquiring a spin-off Roslin Biomed in May 1999.
Thank you. Hold on for a while. I just want to add on, Qiao Ling, what you have said just now, exactly this paragraph, a disagreement. So Qiao Ling, so one day, okay, you have to put a will like 遗嘱. Let's say now you're 80 plus, you are so rich that you need to give a 遗嘱就是把你的财产分给4个宝贝. So how do you make sure that 4个宝贝就不会说哇为了钱兄弟而残杀嘞? Qiao Ling, this morning I was talking to this boss she say 有些人兄弟为了分财产六亲不认。那个钱比兄弟之情从小玩到大可以为了钱一拍两散 all gone in different ways, right? True now. So the same thing like this one, you see a rivalry. Why people want to fight? If both companies are doing the goods for the goods of the society, for the good of human beings, for the good of the next generations, why are they fighting and killing? War between them to fight, and then 所谓你懂两败俱伤，真是完蛋了。Okay, what is your channel? 翰林Oh, I thought you are talking to me. Okay, so you get what I'm saying So it's very important, telling what you say is, that means if you're at such a young age, you know all these details, you already got 3M. Wait, you know what's a 3M? Not the M&M chocolate. The matured, the motivation, and able to manage how to convince people to come into your essay and convince them to give you more marks. I'm not interested in your leg walking. You can mute now, honey. I trust you. Okay, you can mute your camera because everyone's eyeing on your sexy leg. Okay, next paragraph.
Oh, whoops, my bad, guys, Sandy.
Okay, Mei, are you able to read the paragraph?
Why you close the camera?
Oh, you're still not able to turn on your camera and don't talk. Okay, fine. Can you your turn?
Wait, what?
Okay. Wait, okay.
No, this time I want you to read, Mei. You didn't reply me. You didn't turn on your camera, so I'm not sure whether you are sitting there listening and watching us. But I can't see you, but I can't see it's black. Thank you. Can you carry on, please? Thank you.
Ex-chef executive officer Marshall West knows Giron well. He was one of its founder. They got a piece of the pie, and we got the rest of the pieces, he says. Not surprisingly, Giron sees it differently. David Earp, the company's vice president for intellectual properties, argues that it should be possible under U.S. patent law to extend the claims of the Roslin patents to all forms of cloning using adult cells. Our intellectual property estates eventually will acknowledge the historical breakthrough represented by the cloning of Dory, he asserts.
Hey, relax, brother, relax. You're going to do presentation for 2 minutes, so relax. Don't 不要 kamjiong.
Of what? What?
Relax, 不要 kamjiong, 就是不要紧张, cool down. So this paragraph, what Tian Yu read is very true that, you see, you have an intellectual property right. So you see, whatever you do, sometimes got this copyrights, trademark, this is patent by so and so. It's very important because this is your hard work. This is your effort. This is the things that you do, right? So like Warren, that last week you do your presentation, okay? So if that touch wood, if somebody managed to see your video somewhere here or somewhere in search, then they copy your idea and put it, how will you feel? You feel like, correct, true now, right? It's your effort. And then the worst thing, your teacher say, oh, well done to this person who copied your idea. And then they say to you, Warren, why are you copying her idea? You say, huh? But this is my ideas. But thank God you got recording. So there's a proof that this is your evidence that this was done by you. Get it now? So now you understand writing the dates, especially in situation writing, the date is so important, especially you're going for a court case. The date is super, super important. Okay? Thank you. May I have who are not called? Haning, can you read them?
Sure.
Let's go.
Maybe so, but many observers believe ACT has played a clever game. Alan Coleman, research director at PPL Therapeutics, describes the broad claims in his patent as opportunistic and says that he was surprised that they were granted. But it will be quite difficult to get rid of the ACP patent, he adds.
That's right. Okay. You see the act, you see, so please, now you understand next time when you're going for higher learnings, always remember to copy down in your file, in your laptop, okay, the dates. It's very important. The date itself is an evidence that this is the effort that you have done. Seriously, thank you. Jia Xing, are you able to read the next one, please?
But it is not just the basic patents on cloning from differentiated cells that will determine who makes a commercial success of the technology. To bring many applications to market, nuclear transfer will have to be combined with other technologies. To clone transgenic animals that produce valuable human proteins in their milk, for instance, it must be combined with techniques for creating these animals. For these applications, Roslin has licensed its patents to PPL Therapeutics, which is developing its own transgenic technology. ACT, meanwhile, has linked up with Genzyme, a company based in Cambridge, Massachusetts.
No, so you see, all this what you have done. Sure, go ahead. You need to go. So all this what you have done, Wei Qi, Ye, and Yiting, and Ke Yin, by looking at your very nerd face, 就是 nerd face, 就是乖乖很斯文的我跟你讲 so sorry to tell you the truth 你们以后出去太过老实其实不是一个好事。你看我这张烂脸就像好像黑社会的老大这样，我有胡须更可能变成是官非的弟弟。太过老实是不说不好啦，是好，真的烂脸，对，谢谢绵绵。So yeah, you see, look at you so innocent, so good Seriously, I'm so sorry 你长得好看，长得很可爱，长得很斯文，可是你看天下there's these 3 group of people in the world: the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know what I mean So 你会遇到这些人，那怎么办呢 ？Same thing like this type of things. 如果这个 cloning end up the wrong hand to a wrong person, good luck. 对吗，雅叶？可英、一听 you agree? 子夜 you agree, right? So what happened if you are such a nice person? People look at it, 人在江湖身不由己 and people in the 江湖can see, who 可以吃，谁不可以吃，对吗，瑞奇 ？Right? Let's be honest. True not? No, if you are standing in the MRT, Wei Qi, if got one guy's like Jason Wang, you know Jason Wang? Or is it Jackson Wang? Yeah, don't judge a book by cover, I agree. 你懂是谁是鹿晗吗？
I'm pretty sure it's Jackson Wang.
Jackson Wang, 对，你懂谁是 Jackson Wang 吗？
I'm
瑞
pretty
奇，
sure his name is Jackson.
你懂谁是鹿晗吗？你没有看奔跑兄弟So you see a very handsome guy approaching you, wow, you look, hi, I'm Ray Qi, right? But you see a man there with a lot of tattoo. No, I know it's don't judge a book by its cover. A lot of tattoo and then looks very rugged and very like bodybuilding and approach you. Uh-oh. You were scared, right? True or not? 对吗？ Yeah, yeah, 对不对？人不可貌相，海水不能斗量。Well, quite true. 人靠衣金砖，人靠金砖，什么？人靠衣砖，佛靠金砖。Well, it's true. It's true. But you see, doesn't mean because don't people judge yourself like a very nerd, very guai, can take advantage of you. Sorry, sometimes you have to learn to say no. Seriously, to say no. Just like this, you have to say no. If you think they're wrong hand, you should say no. Thank you. May I have sorry, Hao Xuan, can you read the next one, please?
That Jaren is interested in therapeutic cloning, which aims to grow human tissues to replace those that are damaged or diseased. The company has exclusive access to two other technologies that it sees as crucial. First, it holds license to patents on human embryonic stem cells, which replacement cells and tissues could be grown. Second, it controls patents on telomerase and enzyme that rebuilds the caps or enzyme or rebuild the caps or telomerase on the ends of chromosomes. On telomerase, an enzyme that rebuilds the caps or my bad. As cells age, so to ensure that clone tissues grow and vibrate and healthy. Jaren says it will be necessary to rejuvenate the donor cells using telomerase.
Okay, wait, let me see. I still got how many more? I see. Okay. Carry on the next paragraph, please.
But true to form, ACT claims it can stake out its own position. The company's existing cloning patent is not relevant here, as it only covers nuclear transfer from a non-human donor cell. But controversially, ACT revealed in November 1998 that one of its scientists, Jose Sibeli, has fused cells taken from his body with bovine eggs, stripped of their chromosomes to create embryos which were allowed to grow for several days. Arguably, this will allow ACT to generate embryonic stem cells that would not be covered by Jaren's patent, as they could not be regarded as completely human.
Yeah, so what you see, sometimes cloning doesn't mean to be 100%. It might have defects, even though we can cure, but it may not be. Okay, last paragraph, that's all. Hao Xuan.
These experiments are the subject of a patent application from ACT, and in April this year, ACT suggested that an act of cloning itself rejuvenated donor cells in cattle, rebuilding their telomerase to beyond the length seen in newborn calves. We believe we can make therapeutic cloning work without transgressing any of the German patents, says West.
So what happened is that, like your 4 children, so you want to be fair to them, but at the same time, you'll make sure that you have their rules and regulations in place so that each one have its own. So next time, maybe when they are 30 years old, they'll start to have their own business, their own family, their own career. So it's something like you must see how well they perform, right? It's just like the cell when they put into different animals. Will they have side effect? Will they be really good? Will they be harmful to humans? All right, next. May I have, yeah, are you ready for the next 2 paragraphs? All yours for these 2. Thank you. Let's go.
The idea of using human clone hybridized cells for therapeutic cloning is viewed with skepticism by many experts.
Skepticism by
many experts. Even if it works, the regulatory hurdle will be more immense. What is more, immense. What is more, Saberni's work has never been published in a peer-reviewed journal, but biologists are integrated by ACT's Helmer paper, and the implication that therapeutic cloning need not depend on telomerase. It might be it's necessary, but I don't think we have enough information to say, says Cloman. Other companies are adding to the confusion. Most significantly, ACT has found itself on the wrong end of a patent infringement suit from Invigent, a company in DeForest, Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin.
Invigent has long been interested in cloning cows of high genetic value, and has recently teamed up with the American Red Cross and Farming of the Netherlands to clone animals that produce human proteins in their milk. The company is also working with Mutran of Cambridge, England, and the Swiss-based Roxbury universities on cloning in exoplantation, the use of organs for animals in human transpiration.
So sometimes when, yes, thank you, so sorry to interrupt. So sometimes when you see in your medicine, 你看医生哦，你会看到这个牌子的名字啊。So these are all the drugs expert drugs, big companies selling drugs 啊。When I say drugs, 名就是医药的那些我们吃的药。Okay, to 抵抗 antibiotics lah, cough mixtures, whatever flu medicine. So Netherlands is actually is the same thing as Holland. Okay, I need to go a bit faster. Thank you, Yaye. Can I have Rui Qi, please?
Infigure owns a suite of patents on the basic techniques of nuclear transfer, awarded before the Roslin team demonstrated that it was possible to clone mammals from differentiated cells. Last year, it sued ACT for breaching 2 US patents on cow cloning, one covering a specific culture medium, the other a method for activating bovine eggs after transferring the donor nucleus. Infigan also claimed that Stice, who had once worked for Infigan, stole its trade secrets. That complaint was rejected, but in June 1999, the U.S. District Court in Wisconsin ruled that ACT had indeed infringed Infigent's patents. After which the two companies came to a confidential settlement.
That means they are not open up. That means the law settled within. 就是 instead of 在庭里 in the court discuss 室外庭解. That means out of the court they discuss it. Hey, I think Rui Qi, I realized something. The first time when you read, you are very nervous and scared. So the second time you read, your engine start to warm up with you better. So need to read more. No, seriously. Because I now you don't have reading oral, but you got the 2 minutes presentations. So you need to practice it, because if like that, like just now the first one, you only got 5 to 6 marks. But at least this one, you got 7 marks. The difference, I'm telling the truth, because maybe you don't get used to it in Zoom talking like that. Or maybe you don't have a chance in class to talk like that, right? Do you have? Have not? Then make use of it. I want my student to be more talkative. You can ask Mr. Aman to know what I mean. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Yiting, your turn.
Anonymously, it seems that the other cow cloners could soon be hearing from Infligent's lawyers. We are taking steps right now to inform several parties about our patent estate, says Michael Bishop, the company's vice president for research.
Thank you. I just want you to read through like that. Don't mind. Ke Ying, your turn. Where's Kei? Go. Immigrant?
If you can gain a future US patent in January this year, which is causing raised eyebrows, again specific to cows. This patent covers cloning from fetal cells that have been genetically reprogrammed by treating them with specific biochemical growth factors. Given that Roslin team and others have shown that nuclear transfer itself can reprogram differentiated cells, most researchers cannot understand the relevance of the extra step.
So you see, when doing all this cloning, is so many efforts, so many research has to be done, so many mistakes has to be carried out, and then finally this success. So it's like what we are talking about, success and failures for next month. Warren, your turn, please.
Although the significance of Infigan's new patent remains unclear, everyone in the field is watching for the emergence of other patents that could alter the intellectual property landscape. In my mind, there is no overarching patent out there, says Dice. We are all still trying to find one technique that is efficient. Indeed, most cloning groups only get 1 or 2 live births for every 100 nuclear transfer procedures they perform.
Just like the 4 sons, for example. Now, you want to treat all the 4 kids in equal opportunities. I'm sure that the 4 sons have their own skills and their own abilities. It's just the same like cloning. It doesn't mean you clone everything will be same. We'll still have some defects, in my opinion. Okay, thank you, Warren. May I have Jiaxing? Give me a minute, Jiaxing. Hold on. Okay. Jiaxing?
Many observers are keeping a close watch on PPL Therapeutics, which in March announced they had cloned 5 pigs from adult cells using a novel technique. Details have not yet been published, but Gorman claims that the method is significantly different from anything described previously. This could be important, as pigs have proved hard to clone and are animals of choice for xenotransplantation. An Australian company, Stem Cells Research of Melbourne, also claims to have developed an alternative method of cloning that similarly remains under wraps.
So, the more we get into the cloning, the understanding is that certain animals may not be necessary to be able to clone. So, unless maybe futures cloning techniques and research has a breakthrough, then you can make it possible. Tian Yu, your turn. Tian Yu, thank you.
What? Okay. The intellectual property situation in this field is very complex at the moment, says Anna O'Donovan. Editorial analysis at Duent Information, a company in London specializing in patent information. Patent information. The wording and scope of individual claims will have to be examined very carefully.
Think on all these things may not be in your set 4 next year or set 3, maybe a bit, but definitely when you go to A-level and poly, when you study more of that like business law or what law, you will see this word very often. Last 2 paragraphs, may I have Zach?
If the current confusion is not resolved, the danger is that the situation will restrict the flow of money needed to develop the technology. Investors like the ownership of the key intellectual property to be clear, explains the new first of the University of Wisconsin in Madison, a cloning specialist who sits on the board of a venture capital company interested in the field. Perversely, the confusion could have a stimulating effect in the short term. There are scientists starting little companies without much regard to where the intellectual property lies is first. And there are increasing pool of knowledge, but if the rates begin to fly, some of these scientists may wish they had been more circumspect.
So we conscious in medicine is in US. So this whole 2 paragraphs talking about we need to know what is the rules and regulation. We need to know when we are doing this, is there any infringement? We need to know the copyright. We need to know if we are scientists coming, are we able to use the advanced technologies and other ways to see we can use venture capital. Venture capitals are these companies are super rich. They don't know how to spend their money. All they can do is to invest, to start up, to research, so that once they've done well, they will get some profit out of it. Okay. So now ladies and gentlemen, we still got a bit of time. So Ke Ying and Chelsea, seriously, I beg you, if you can, please submit to me WhatsApp. If not, I will have to bug you to submit your homework. Okay, that's the only thing I hope you can submit, because 美中不足, I would like you to put it inside there. Okay, so now this is the one here. I would like you all to go to the group now. Warren, your group is ready, right?
Wait, wait, my group is also ready if I'm not wrong. Are we?
Okay, sorry?
No, I'm just asking. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we are, because back then when we finished it on the day itself.
Okay, who want to start first? So, Warren, are you ready? Warren, where are you? Not ready. I thought that day you all do already.
Yeah, wait, I'm trying to find it.
Okay, Tianyu, your group ready? Who is your group? Hao Xian.
Me and Hao Xian and Jia Xing.
3 of you only, man?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
We doing? Not. Hao Xian want to do last.
Nobody. Who else? Which group supposed
One
to
go
do?
toilet. That's why.
How about Han Ling, your group?
Um,
How about Ziye,
I
your
don't
group?
mind. I don't mind doing like now, but I need Zachary to share the screen instead of me, because
Okay,
like I'm
I
kind
let
of on
you
my
share
phone.
the screen, don't mind. Okay, come, let's go. Han Ling, let's go.
I can't really see it.
How about Ziye? Ziye, is your team ready? Where is Ziye? Ziye 不见了.
Wait, no, you need to
Yeah.
give Zach the permission to share. You need to
I
share,
share
then
what?
time
I
to
give
share.
you the share screen already, my dear.
Can I go toilet first? Then later I'll share.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Welcome. So Ziye, are you ready to share? We want to finish this once and for all, then move on to next month. Next month got another new topic. What mean last week? I meant not yesterday. I don't get you. Okay, so yeah, let's go. Last week, Xiaoling was not here, right? Xiaoling. No, so you can, Xiaoling, you are in Warren's group, right? Then you all discuss, don't worry. No matter how, even today we cannot finish all the 4 group. Next month. Oh yeah, actually next month is August already. We still have to complete. I don't want to let your effort waste. I want to make sure, because it's actually this month itself is oral and presentations exam. Okay? Oh yeah, 你明白吗? So it's as a practice to beat you. So I can tell, oh yeah, maybe you need to do this, do that. No, the gesture movement as exactly what Warren did last week. Well done. Well done. Warren, don't be so stressed. Look at your face. Relax. No stress. Okay. Ziye, why not you start first, Ziye? Okay, I give you all 1 minute to talk among yourself first. I go to toilet break for a while, okay? 1 minute, I come back, then whoever can ready, we start, okay? I go to toilet break for a while first. Thank you. Okay, sorry, I just went to took my medicine for my cough and my trigger finger. Why not we make like that? Because it's going to be 9:30 and I need to have some of the students to stay back later for an interview. So why not whoever start first, then next week you need to do already, okay? So why not we make it like,
You can start first, but then who's sharing?
I give you share already, right?
I know, but who's sharing?
Huh?
Who's sharing the screen?
Your group lah. Who is the team leader?
Yeah, I'm asking them. I'm not asking you.
Oh, okay, sorry. They say properly, ma. I thought you are talking to me. Okay. Who want to start first?
Ask.
You okay.
What? I thought you just say you want to go last.
Because I say I'm
Okay,
good.
okay, fine. I also need to go back working on my thing.
Well done.
Hey.
So everyone must have a chance to speak, huh? Let's go.
All right. So basically, let me move my thing smaller. So if not, I can't read. Okay, so basically
Wait, this is Hao Xuan, right?
No, this one is our introduction. And
yeah,
then
but Hao
each
Xuan
our
say, who is going to say this? Everyone got a chance.
honestly I don't know lah, because we didn't plan for the introduction and
I just said the introduction. I'll do
yeah,
it.
okay.
So you must say good evening, everyone. Welcome. My group
Yes, sir.
today is talking about
Yes,
the
sir.
title.
Yes,
Go
sir.
back to the title first. Go back to the title. So the three groups are next round. You must know how to present. Go back to the first page. Tian Yu. This is an exam recording, so must be professional. Okay. Like let me start. Good evening, everyone. My group consists of Tian Yu, Hao Xuan, myself, and Jia Xing. We are going to talk about why cloning is bad. Something like that. Okay, Tian Yu, Hao Xuan, since you are starting, let's go. Start all over again. Thank you.
Good evening.
Yeah, correct. No,
Hey.
go back to the first page. Go.
Okay.
Yes, correct. Thank you. Hao Xuan.
Good evening, everyone. Wait, I forgot.
Hey, you must turn on your camera. No, I need to see your face there. Correct now, because you're presenting your mommy, daddy have to watch there, my dear.
I'm here.
Okay, good, go.
Wait, what to say again?
Good evening, everyone. No?
And then
Just say like good evening everyone. Thank you for letting me and my team to have like a chance to share our opinion about
Okay, stop.
cloning is good or bad.
Stop. Tian Yu, why not you say, they say, I will hand over to Hao Xuan to do the introduction. So why don't you?
yeah, you do it.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for letting me and my team to have a chance to share our opinion on whether cloning is good or bad for humans. Now I'll pass over to Hao Xuan to let him do the introduction.
Hey. For introduction, I'll be describing what is cloning, and the definition. Basically, cloning describes as a process used to create exact genetic replicas of another cell, tissue, or organism. The copy material, which has the same genetic makeup of the original, is called a clone, which has the same genetic way. Cloning identifies as a figure that is duplicated to do the same thing as the original replica. Cloning can be used on everything except for things that cannot be created, such as gravity. So my view against cloning is bad, of course, because cloning could lead to many serious problems for humanity.
And gesture.
If cloning is generated, everyone will be confused with the original replicas. Examples such as human being cloned. This will lead to misunderstandings and confusion. Cloning replicas from certain types of things is very dangerous, as cloning could be misleading fortune. Yes, it might help us get more food and resources, but have you ever thought of more risks? This increases world population, and who knows if the clones also need the same thing real human needs every day, such as food, air, and water, etc. This could lead to decrease of a lot of resources, causing things to be unstable. If they really are exactly identical to humans, won't you ever think that they could also outsmart us?
Next,
Just
No. Hao Xuan, you must say this. So next, I will pass to my next speaker, Jia Xing.
Next, I will pass to my next presenter, who is named Jia Xin. Everyone, round of applause.
You can't even hear your clapping. Cloning
Hi
is
there.
bad as it will allow capital owners, factory owners, CEOs, and mine owners, like business owners generally, the ability to mass produce and mold their perfect worker, cutting out everyday people like you and me and destroying the workers' rights that we fight for. These clone laborers would also devalue human life, as now those with power can just clone more workers when they want to. Cloning will also allow those in power to control the people at a fundamental level. They'll be able to dictate what traits are considered normal and desirable, which may lead to eugenics.
Jiaxing, actually you should be like Hao Xian and Tian Yu like that, because I need your full face to do presentations. Your reading and the pronunciations and the articulation is very good. The only thing that you lack of is your, like what just now Hao Xian, do you know? You know what is this? You know? Yes, think about it. That is good. I like it. Okay. And just to interrupt you for a while, Jiaxing, don't mind. Ziye, for goodness sake, this is my class. I don't care what kind of presentation you want. As long as you present, whether that format, this format, your own format, please be creative. Ziye. This is not in your school, must die must this format. Debate must this format. Be freak. Think like a freak because you're a freak student. Ziye. Okay? 不要怕. So if your group already settled in this format, go according to this format. So, so whether you want first speaker, second speaker, I don't care. I just need you to present in front of the camera and do like what Hao Xian did and Tian Yu did. It's only the Jiaxing you need to be full face if you can, okay? Thank you. Let's go.
Wait, Jiaxing's done, right?
No more. That's all. Is it that's all?
Now let Tian Yu finish the presentation.
All right. So for my opinion, I think cloning is bad as it will never benefit human. Why? Let's be honest. It will most likely be used to harm others than to benefit us.
Stop.
Or them.
Stop. Don't move your chair here and there.
Okay.
Sit still. Like just now you see Jiaxing and Hao Xian sit still, do a presentation, and then where's your gesture? Okay. So Hao Xian already set the standard already. So you all must be like Hao Xian like that. Okay. Well done, Hao Xian. Okay.
All right, then let me just restart it.
Yes, okay. Please. Thank you.
So for my opinion, I think that cloning is a bad thing, as it will never benefit human. Why? Let's be honest. It will be used to harm others more than to benefit them. But we're gonna use it for the goods. Funny, because I've heard better jokes than that before. Humans are going to use cloning for controlling others. Like countries are going to learn and use cloning to conquer and take over other countries. Example can be China and United States. These two countries can easily benefit from cloning, having the ability to clone many soldiers and to send them to conquer over smaller countries. Whether it is true or not, I won't know now. But with China and USA fighting over for the top place in the world, it will most likely be true. Right. So to conclude, cloning is bad. This is not an opinion, it's a fact. You can see people debate over it all they want, but only their hearts know the truth. Humans are mindly evil with a heart of gold. There's no denying that. You can be pure-hearted, but what's the point of 1 in 100 being good? Even if you are good, you can't possibly change how the world think about using cloning to harm others. So to conclude, cloning will never be good. Taking risks to a certain level is debatable, but debating over risk is never good. Cloning has been going through certain minds over years of our new generations. But if cloning is really here, then it will be very dangerous. Think about it. We have universes through galaxies of different worlds of us. If cloning is real, we'll be doomed, because this will start causing our universal worlds to come true, since we know what every other step we choose will be directly going to be clones, not us. Thank you. Alright, so can I stop sharing?
Thank you. Can you unshare the screen, please? Thank you.
I updated it after a while because I feel like it's not good enough.
Send it
The
to
ending,
me.
the ending, I felt like, I'm not sure who wrote it, but I felt like I wrote it before.
Okay, yeah, well done. I think you did it in your CWS yesterday, that lesson. Okay, so guys, the 3 group, you know what you're supposed to do for the next presentation. So you all got more time. So I hope seriously, can we agree Next week, who want to present? So maybe 1 week once. Who want to present? If next week you got time, then 2 group. Next week, who want to present? Warren, are you ready for next week? Can Ziye, are you okay? Ziye, are you? Who is another? Han-Ling? Han-Ling, are you okay?
Not sure. I'll probably be around my laptop.
You will not be around.
No, I will.
Okay, so next week, all the 3 groups, no problem. Ziye group, Warren's group, and Han-Ling group, no problem, right? Can Okay.